Hello world, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, it's the 24th of May 2012 and this is the second part of my bit on Neptune. Firstly though, let's just have a look at what's going on in the sky. I've just got this really weird feeling about today. The moon's at the end of Scorpio in the last 10 degrees, it's opposite Mars most of the day. I've just got a feeling that it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be a lot of shouting and a lot of anger and a lot of words, and most of it's going to be insubstantial, but one or two people are really going to dig their heels in. Particularly at the economic and political level, I do expect one or two substantial crashes today. One or two people or one or two stocks are really going to plummet. Watch this space. Right, Neptune. The full moon in a couple of days' time. Yeah, it's square to Neptune. So what actually is Neptune? Neptune's a ball of gas, primarily methane, we think. From all the best pictures, film footage we've got, both from satellite and telescope, Neptune is a round, bright electric blue ball, and every so often those blue clouds part and we can see clouds, white clouds, seemingly underneath. Very wispy clouds. We don't know what Neptune is. It's mysterious. Certainly there's a lot of methane there. Neptune, in a more neutral perspective, is the planet I look at for when I'm looking at the more refined, the more subtle, the more aesthetic, the genteel. Neptune is one's capacity for art and music and film and photography and dance and poetry and mime. It brings the more artistic and subtle side of one's nature to a head. It brings the capacity to experience the imagination. People with healthy Neptunes will have regular visits to the theatre, to go and see some gigs, to go dancing, to the movies. They'll require imaginative stimulus in a way that's creative and dynamic and interactive. A neutral Neptune brings the ability to synthesize and tell the difference between what is pure fantasy and idealism and what is real and manifest. It does give the courage to say to oneself, well, look, why can't I do this? You can't do that. I can't do that. Why can't I do that? What's stopping me? So let's try this way. Let's try that way. Neptune is the invisible rubber that goes into the cracks and finds its way through. Even in a neutral level, Neptune dissolves. It erodes all the rough corners. And it would be perhaps appropriate to say that one of Neptune's best attributes when it's in a neutral state is that over the course of the decades, Neptune, by house, sign and aspect, aspires to sophistication. There is a case for Neptune retrograde to be slightly different here, dependent on the house. It's so complicated. But even then, the experiences will be felt internally. The internal sophistication, subtlety, refinement will be experienced more than in the external world. And that's what retrogrades do. Retrogrades generally turn the experience internalized and inward rather than externalized and outward. If you have a healthy Neptune in your chart, be grateful. You wouldn't want a difficult one too much. It's one of the harder positions. And if it's too strong, you might not be quite as grounded as you are. A healthy Neptune means that neurotically, you're absolutely stable and consistent, and that whilst there will be odd years when by transit, Neptune will hammer you for a year at a time, the general long-term consensus of a healthy Neptune is that there is no sign of neurosis and there's a clear, balanced approach to life. There you go. Right, next I'll do the positive side of Neptune because there is one.